Okay, time now is 10:55 a.m. in the morning on um, September 9th. Um, yeah. I slept from 4:25 to 10:40, 10:50. Um, yeah, not great. Slept really late. But I'm gonna try to go back to 3 a.m. ish, if not 2 a.m. That's the goal. Didn't immediately fall asleep either. Took me a while. And then at 9 a.m., 9 a.m., by the way, about 3.5 hours later, 9 a.m., or was it 4.5? Yeah, 4.5 hours later, 9 a.m., the smoke alarm went off. Somebody's cooking downstairs, and the smoke alarm went off, and the smoke alarm went off for 4 minutes. And it was so loud and ear piercingly loud, and I had to lean my head against the pillow to block this ear, and then I had to manually like close my ear. Um, so yeah, that was great. That was fun. And then I fell back asleep, and then now I woke up. So here I am. So not the greatest sleep ever. Um, so yeah, last night Giant at 2 a.m. Giant did see my text. I said happy birthday to Giant. I was like, I don't know what to get you. And Giant's like, oh, thank you, but no, you don't have to get me anything. The matcha is fine. And I'm like, okay, but I will get her something probably sometime in the future. Um, and she just told me, oh well, today I had a sig with another girl who shares the same birthday with me and talked about life. And then tomorrow, my friend Darren is taking me out to coffee at Century City. And it's just like, damn, she's busy and she always has someone to talk to. And I also really admire her ability to make everyone open up around her. I feel like, I got comfortable with her, you know, over Japan and also like, just over the course of summer when I spoke with her. I also got to open up and tell her personal things. And I realized, yeah, maybe it's because we're comfortable to tell each other these things, but also it's because Giant's so good at opening people up. Um, so yeah, she got to enjoy stuff. She got to, talk to people and, you know, smoke a cig with another girl and talk about life. Like that's so cool, man. That's so freaking cool. That is so, I don't know. That is so ooh life. I don't get to do that. On my birthday, I get myself harassed by drug addicts. That's what I do. Um so yeah. And then I just told her, like, when can I see you, bruh? I tried to see her twice and failed. And she's like, I don't know, but soon. I swear to God, soon. And I'm like, alright. Um but yeah, I don't know, I had a few dreams. I dreamed about traveling. I dreamed about people coming to my room and stealing stuff while I travel. And I got mad and I started yelling at those people. Those people are kids. Um but the dreams are nice, and then I woke up and I'm back in real life and I'm like, oh yeah, I just do not like real life at all right now. Um, but yeah, today I have the career fair, career carnival, and then I have and then I'm gonna try to hit the gym and then go to Trader Joe's and then I come back home and then I'll go out for the HKOS Film Festival. So yeah. That's basically it. Um, should be a chill day, not gonna lie. And again, heads held high. Heads held high. Um, I'm I'm gonna stay strong. I'm gonna stay strong. And the first thing I'm gonna do is well, obviously there's a career fair, so I'm gonna look for a job. Probably not gonna turn out great, but it's fine. And then um yeah, and then gym and Trader Joe's, not even sure if I have enough time for that, but you know, we'll see. And then and yeah, slowly but surely. First thing first, I gotta fix myself. I gotta be happy, be confident, be healthy. That's the first step. Okay, that's the first step. Let's do this step by step, okay? And then after that, there's a job, and after that, there's social life, and then after that, there's opportunities, and then after that, it's internships, which should not be the priority right now. Um, yeah, I will get there. I promise. I'll go back to bed, actually. I'm so sleepy. Holy shit. Okay.
Interesting and I don't know.
Okay, time now is 11:17 p.m. Yeah, um, so today. Um, Today I woke up and I did everything accordingly. I did go to the career carnival. I arrived at the campus at around 1 p.m. and I was quite disappointed because it wasn't a career fair. It's like they did this at the alumni park or like whatever the name of the park was. And it's just a couple tents and it's just like a Google Gemini people and like some handshake people and a bunch of free food. There's more free food than people, or there's more free food than tents there. So literally, this is not the place to be for me to find jobs. So, um, yeah, quite futile. I did a whole survey and everything. I got a meal ticket. I did not use it. I went in there, I talked to a couple people, and then I just walked away. I could have had free food, but at that point, I also felt that my stomach is hurting. So I was just like, nah. So I walked to the gym. I went to the gym and I did some lateral raises. I did some of this, and then I did the pull down thing. I did 3 sets each, and then I'm like, I gotta bounce because A, again, stomach a little hurting. B, we're in the middle of a Tuesday, and there's a lot of people in it. Uh, while I was doing the lifts with the dumbbells, a group of kids, a group of students just showed up. I think it's like a class or something, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. I can't do this. I can only be at the gym if there's barely anyone here, aka late at night. So that was not okay. That was not okay at all. So I just left. I'm glad I did a little exercise, and I also want to. I watched a video a few days ago about working out but being lazy. So I don't have to force myself to constantly be like working out, but I do want to develop the habit of at least consistently doing it because I still feel fat, and my shoulders and my chest is still small and skinny and weird and gross, and I don't know. I still have a lot of room to grow. So I'm still gonna try my best to do it consistently, as a habit. And then I went over to Amazon Pickup Place and I picked up some items, my sunglasses. Um, I lost two pairs of sunglasses this year, and now I have a new one. And I don't think it's like a great pair of sunglasses. It looks good, but I don't think it really like. I don't think the polarizing effect is real. The material, it feels 3D printed, so that's hilarious. It's like $14, so and it's two pairs for $14. If it's one pair for $14, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's not bad, but it's two pairs, so I don't know. Um, and then yeah, I got the file organizer, which I'm gonna be needing soon, and then I also have um drawing like a sketchbook, like a big sketchbook. And then I went to Trader Joe's, bought a bunch of food, and then I took a bus, came back home, and then at home I was able to chill for a little while. I had a mini lunch. So the issue is I need to do this HKOS screening thing, and I need to be host, which means I don't really have time for dinner unless I buy food before the screenings and eat at around 6:30 p.m. If I have dinner at 6:30 p.m. and breakfast at like 11 a.m., then I would barely have time for lunch. So I decided to just have a mini lunch. I had some sushi from Trader Joe's, which was all right, and then some dumplings, and that's it. So it was just a little bit of lunch and a big dinner. So later at around maybe 5 something, 5:45 ish, I took a bus and I went over to campus and I went to Panda Express and bought some food. I thought the fundraising code would work, the discount fundraising code. Not even discount, it's just a code. But it didn't work, so it's fine. I bought some food, a lot of food. The one good thing about Panda Express is that they give you a lot of food. And then I sat down and ate half of it, and then I did the HKOS thing, and it was fine. It was, again, it's ironic that somehow being a host to a film screening is way more relaxing than just being at school in general. I don't know why, but I feel way more relaxed in that setting. And I'm in a suit, I'm just running around with a microphone. But yeah, it was way more relaxing for me. So that's what I did. And Justin T also showed up. Justin T was like, oh, I'm going to pull up. And Justin T showed up with Jacob's girlfriend. And then, yeah, talked to him a little bit. That's it. Surprisingly, more people showed up today than last Tuesday. But I was not nervous at all. This is the third time I've done the host thing. And you know what? I'm used to it now. Bring it on. And then there's a Q&A, and like 6 people were involved in the Q&A because all the filmmakers involved were just showed up, and there's a couple of like French people, or I think they're French Canadian, I don't know. They made the film Chagwal, which is bad, and they didn't mute themselves, and whenever I speak it echoes a lot in their Zoom, so I can't speak at all. And then I tried to ask questions, and another person, Carrie Shen, who's like a British, like not British, like she's a Hong Konger in the UK, she can't hear my questions at all. But yeah, halfway through the screening, everyone just left. Like 2/3 of the entire audience just walked away. But yeah, I also went out a little bit and finished my Pan Express and talked to Nathan, which was nice. And then that's it. I feel less stressed than last week. Even though things are more or less the same, like nothing big, nothing major has happened to me. I haven't got a job yet. I haven't gotten an internship. I highly doubt I'll be able to get a job this semester. It's kind of done. It's kind of over already. Like the application periods and everything. It's too late. But yeah. On the other hand, I texted Sandrine. Hopefully she can give me some connection. I have an internship meeting with the SCA internship person. She's like, "Oh, nice to meet you. When are you available for a Zoom meeting talk, like a one-on-one?" The moment she says meet, I know this is an industry person. Nice to meet you, you know? It's like, fuck, here we go, man. Um, yeah, so I'm still looking. I'm not giving up yet. But again, step by step. I'm going to work on my body. I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to try to go to bed earlier tonight. And then along the way, jobs and internships, right? Along the way, if I can make connections that will help me either on projects or jobs and internships, PJI, I'm going to use it. So what comes next is really making connections. Emails, phone calls. Again, it's the most useful tool in your toolbox. And Jayun's so good at wielding that tool. Too good. So yeah, Jayun's, I hope she's having a great time. This other guy is taking her out for coffee. It's so crazy. Like, every time, like, you know, if she keeps hanging out with that one guy, then I'd be like, okay, what's going on? But she doesn't just hang out with one guy. She hangs out with 4 guys or 5. It's either Owen and Chris, or it's Colin with double L, or it's Octavian, the director of Starman, or it's Darren from Singapore. Like, it's always these 5 guys, and also Sundiata, the black girl. And, like, I'm like, Jesus, like, is Jayun, like, again, I don't want to be, you know, judgmental, because I hang out with female friends all the time. You know, I hang out with Natalie, I hang out with Pink. And in here, I hang out with Michelle, I hang out with Tova and Lizzie, and it's like fine, you know, but still. I don't know, I just can't help but feel like all these men are just howling over her. They might be making out right now as we speak. Then I guess there's nothing I can do. So, but I guess the motto, you know, I'm stressed, yes, but if I want to truly move forward, my only motto, the only thing I can say is, if there's chaos, then let there be chaos. Because life is chaotic. Film is chaotic. This industry is chaotic. This school is chaotic. This city's chaotic. And, you know, I've tried to distance myself from chaos. Like, I want to have a stable relationship with a real person who really likes me. And sure, you know, that's healthy. That's the healthy thing to do. But, you know, with Jayun and everything, it's like, I'm still going to try. I'm not going to be like, you know, just because Jayun seems like a mess, like in terms of her relationships with everyone else, it's not going to stop me from trying to pursue her. And, you know, USC's chaotic, you know. If you want to stand out, you got to do some crazy, wacky shit. So I might as well embrace the chaos. I might as well put my name out there, you know, email everyone, text everyone, socialize with everyone, and do some insane shit and hope for the best. So, you know, be one with the chaos. Let the chaos guide you. It's the only way. But yeah, again, hope to see Jayun soon. Really hope to see her soon. One more thing is, today, the entirety of today, I did not do anything in regards to Starman construction. Apparently, the whole group chat, like the whole PD team, they went to Home Depot together and they put some wood at Michaela Ash's house, and a bunch of stuff happened, and I just completely missed out today. So I promised them that I can show up tomorrow, and they're going to be there the whole day. So that's the studio. You know, during PIT, the conference room in Troy Hall was the studio. So Michaela Ash's house is the studio now. So we're just going to do that. I'm going to show up for a little bit after my Asian horror class. Yeah, it stresses me out. Like, I'd rather do this HKOS thing. Ironically, this stresses me out more because it's a bunch of people that I don't know. Like, the only person I know is Sydney and Maddie. And Sydney, I barely know. Maddie, I hope she's there. But, like, damn, you know? So yeah, I feel like I have to prove myself. I feel like people like Octavian and Jiayang, they're all gonna look down on me. I'm just this regular cams guy who hasn't really broke real success, you know. And even if they're nice to me, I can't help but think that they're looking down on me. I don't know, but I don't want to think about that now. Right now, I just want to be cool, be calm, love myself, fix my own self first. Can't wait for the therapy session next Monday. Can't wait. Um, yeah, can't wait. Um, I only wish the therapy would have happened earlier because right now I'm kind of trying my best to recover from the last 2 weeks. So right now I think I'm doing a little better. Um, but um, but yeah. In principle, tomorrow's chill because there's just 2 film classes, so should be fine. And I guess yeah, and I guess that's it. Again, heads held high, heads held high, slowly but surely, slowly but surely. I created a big mind map to tell myself I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and it's overwhelming me. It's stressing me out. So I do it slowly, step by step. Fix myself first, and then jobs, and then projects, and along the way, socializing. Okay, I got this. I got this. 1 year, I can make it happen. I know I can make it happen. I've come this far. I can make something happen. So yeah. Yeah. Jiren's such a fucking beast. Legitimately. The fact that she can make everyone open up around her, the fact that she can get all the jobs she wants, the fact that everyone's pining over her, cooking for her, serving her. She's a beast. She's horrifying. And also, a bunch of people in the MFA, they're 22. I'm even older than the MFA kids. Fuck me. Yeah. But it's good. I think everyone sees me as this young guy. Like, no one knows that I'm actually 23. Like, people just think I'm 20. So, that might be an advantage. Okay, it's 8:33 a.m. in the morning on September 10th. It's Cedric's birthday. Shout out to Cedric. I slept from 3:15 to 8:20. Yeah, but I didn't immediately fall asleep at all. I don't know how long it took me to fall asleep, but it took a long time. Oh my god, my acne's really like happening pretty bad. Yeah, that's what stress does to a motherfucker. But yeah, I'm happy I'm able to go to bed early, but part of the reason is because I didn't finish the movie Pacifiction. I didn't even fucking finish it because I was so tired and I started falling asleep. So I'm like, might as well go to bed. So, yeah. Yeah. So today, yeah, should be chill. I'm taking a couple film classes, and then after the first film class, I'm gonna go over and help paint some flats at Michaela Ash's house. Oh my god. Yeah. This is bad. This sucks that my acne is coming back because of my stress. Yeah, it'll be alright. I don't know, it's the fact that I've tried to see Jiren twice and then not see her. is kind of frustrating. We're entering week 3, and my chances of getting closer seems less and less likely. Um, no, I don't know. I don't want to be so defeatist, though. I don't want to be negative, but chances seem a little low right now. You know, being friends might still work out, but being really close to her, I don't know, man. I don't know. I know I said it's a timing thing, so it really depends on how well we get along during Starman. I don't hate, but it's funny how I just say Starman and Rush, These are creations. These are her creations. And they're canon. They're canonical now. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. The battle continues, I guess. I'm gonna continue emailing people, texting people for help, for job. Yeah. And hopefully I go to bed even earlier tonight. Just go outside and eat, or like...
I'll probably make somebody bring me food.
Oh yeah. Wow, then you're just like camping here.
Yeah.
Okay, time now is 12:51 after midnight, and yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be positive here. Today is the best day of round 6 so far. The bar is low. Yeah, I'm glad that the first couple of weeks, the melancholia that I experienced in the first couple of weeks have kind of dissipated. Truthfully, again, heads held high. Step by step, heads held high. I would say today is an average day. Like, if you, like, in terms of things happening, I don't think today was exceptionally great or anything. But nothing happening is, I wouldn't say nothing happened. I'd say, I got to talk to a lot of people, and I had a fun time for the most part today. So I guess that makes today the funnest part of today. I guess that makes today the most fun day of the round so far. But yeah, I woke up and I went to Asian Horror, and I went to class, and I was tired and stuff. I sat at the very front, and Audrey shows up. Audrey, the Asian girl. She immediately finds me, and she sits right next to me, shoulder to shoulder. I thought that if she sits next to me, it would be like maybe 2 seats away, but no, she sits right next to me, and it was like, and I just asked her, how are your other classes? How's it been? And because of the lecture and because of the film, I actually don't have a lot of time to speak to her. I wish I could speak more to her, but that was kind of hilarious, I guess. Who knows? That's the thing with these classes, that I barely have time to like see these people and talk to them, But anyways, went through a lecture, and then during break I talked to Andrew Wu, and then Andrew Wu came down. And this time Audrey's sitting next to me, so it's in an awkward way. It's Audrey, the Asian girl, me, and then Andrew Wu, and we watch audition together. But Andrew Wu and Audrey are not close at all. But we're the cams people, I mean, the whole class is cams. Anyways, we watched the film. It was fantastic, and I did not speak up at all during the class, unfortunately. So we left. I talked with Andrew Wu a little bit, and then Audrey immediately left because she had to chase after another class, which is sad. She has no time for lunch. Yeah, I talked with Andrew Wu a little bit. He went into SCA, and then I just walked over to Michaela Ash's house. So that enters the second part out of the 3 parts of the day. not much. I think from today, today, this morning, I was especially paying extra attention in how I interact with people, and I'm trying to make people open up to me the same way Jiren makes everyone around her open up to her. And it's difficult for me because I'm not that charismatic, nor am I that attractive. And the real issue is I actually don't get to see these people that much. Whenever I get to see them, it's like I get to talk to them maybe about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and that's all I have in a week. So to get them to open up to me is really tough. But I try to, I saw Andrew Wu and I try to ask about him and how he's doing, and I try to, with whatever subject matter I'm talking about, I'm trying to be as efficiently charismatic as possible. And yeah, that makes me feel a little bit like a sociopath, but by the same token, isn't Jiren even more of a sociopath? By the same token, isn't a lot of USC students even more of a sociopath? Anyways, there's that. Walked over to Michaela Ash's house, and I found her garage, and I found Jordan Godburn. And Jordan G, I'm just gonna call her Jordan G. Or Jordan, I guess. I don't really know any other people called Jordan. But Jordan, she was just painting flats, and I was like, I'm here. And for about an hour and a half, I helped paint it one flat with white paint, and then I helped unscrew like a USC DVD player that they threw away. And that's all I did in 1.5 hours. But it was nice because it was a nice like talk with Jordan G. Again, like you kind of have to make these out of school opportunities. If you really want to talk to someone, you kind of need these like non-school related activities, like painting flats, for example. So we actually talked a lot. We went through basics like, what do I want to do long term, etc., etc. And Jordan, like me, also wants to be writer-director, but she's kind of stuck with PD now. She's not a super heavy PD person. It's just that she applied to be director for 480 and it didn't pan out. So she was like, you know what? I can do PD. I love spaceships. And then we continued to talk, and I asked her about writing 480 scripts. I also brought that up to Andrew. And she was like, yeah, I tried, but I got rejected. And she was a little frustrated. I'm paying so much tuition, yet you're only choosing 4 scripts out of 90 submissions, which is not a lot. And talking to her actually makes me feel a little bit better about myself, even though she's in film production and I'm not. But I feel like right now, as a cam senior and she being a prod senior, we're both almost like on equal playing field. I mean, sure, she's like PD and I'm working under her, but with the amount of sets I'm getting and also just like connections in general, I think I'm somewhere around the same level as she is. And we talked a little bit about Jiren, and Jiren is a freaking beast. Jiren is a freshman, and her script is chosen 1 out of the 4 scripts chosen out of 90 submissions. That is beyond monstrous. That's even crazier than like Katie, that was really crazy. And with Jiren trying so hard with jobs and internships and stuff, I really like comparing me and Jiren comparing with each other. It's really no competition. Jiren's definitely winning. She's literally one of the most hardcore players in SCA right now. I'm not kidding. And I should feel blessed by the fact that I'm close to her and she she said happy birthday to me. The fact that she said happy birthday to me is already like, you know, a gift from a goddess, basically. Of course, I don't want to view our relationship this way. I mean, if we have a relationship, but it is apparent that she is crazy. Jaeyoon is actually a monster, to put it lightly. At some point, this Thai American girl, Tammy, brought his white boyfriend over, and his name is Jacob, and he helped paint some flats, and I talked with them a little more. But that's pretty much it. Oh, another interesting thing was Jordan told me about some drama between Jaeyoung and Evan Lin, who I met during launch order and is now in my PD class. Apparently, there's some kind of drama, and Jaeyoung and Evan were in the same trio at some point a long time ago, but they didn't work well. Evan really wanted to be DP, but of course Jaeyoung, being the more hardcore player and being the more connected, the more talented, Jaeyoung got it. And so Evan thought at least he could try doing Starman under Jaeyoung. I guess that was considered, but Jaeyoung chose 2 younger people to be on the team instead of Evan. So Evan was basically left out. So now he ends up doing first AC for page 142 of my diary, which is the other script. So there's like a little beef between the two, but Jordan and Evan Lin are pretty close, and Evan's like a really genuinely nice guy who likes helping out everyone. It's just hilarious that Jaeyoung and Evan have sort of a beef going on. Also, it's between 2 dudes, between 2 Asian dudes, which is hilarious. And it's also interesting to know that Jaeyoung is not all perfect. He's not all perfect. Apparently, he's only good at being DP. He's not good at other stuff, apparently. I guess the other interesting info was that Octavian, the director of 480, is like a perfectionist, and he has a very strong vision. So I don't know, I really enjoy talking to, like, I'd say Jordan, she's PD, so she's head of department, so she's up there, but it's also good to just talk to her and understand more about how the production works, you know, the ins and outs of production. Yeah, that was fun. At 3:40, I walked back home, and I only had a little time to have lunch and then come back out. You know, I didn't have a lot of lunch, just some soup, some salad box, and a sausage. Also, Charlie Kirk was shot dead. During the lecture for Asian horror, Andrew just showed me that Charlie Kirk is shot, and then a couple minutes later, he showed me that he's dead. Like 3 minutes ago, a news came out, and then I checked Wikipedia, and it's already updated. So that's crazy. Okay. Yeah, pretty horrific stuff going on. I just think America is basically crumbling, and it's impossible to satirize because America is a satire of itself. Anyways, the final part of the day, David Lynch class, I was kind of excited because I got to meet a lot of people, and a lot of people did show up. I talked to I talked to Tiger. I sort of got, I saw Daniel Pan, but he kind of walked away and he didn't really recognize me, and I don't want to approach him just for him to be like, oh, I'm not Daniel, I don't know who that is. But yeah, I saw Tiger, and then Garrett decided to sit right next to me today, which is crazy. Unfortunately, I did not get to speak to Garrett a lot today, but it was fun sitting next to him. It's crazy because like we had meals together in Cannes. We watched Seurat together. We watched Magellan together, and it's so crazy. So it's Tiger next to me, and then it's me, and then Garrett, and then Anya and her twin sister, and Anya's boyfriend, and in the far back, Emma showed up. Emma just crashed, and then in that direction is Elizabeth, and then halfway through lecture, Matt showed up, and the professor recognized Matt, and he's like, hey there. So like half of the Cannes team is here, right? Elizabeth, Emma, Tiger, Garrett, me, that's 5. 5 out of 12. So almost half. But you know, it's almost a reunion, and I'm still thinking back about Cannes and thinking, wow, that's crazy. And you know, I just feel cool. I know last week I was like, I'm so uncool, I'm rock bottom, everyone hates me, I'm useless. But not gonna lie, going to Cannes is one of the best achievements of my life. Just being able to visit and watch a bunch of movies, and me next to Tiger, next to Garrett, it's like I'm part of this gang. Even though sometimes I feel like I'm not, but I am kind of part of this gang. So yeah, we went through lecture together. We watched The Elephant Man. I fell asleep a little bit in the middle, but it was great. It was good. It didn't blow my mind. It was a good film. And then we left, and I thought we are all gonna like get together and chat, but no, Tiger and Garrett just sped off, and so I was like, huh. Before the class started, actually, Garrett and Anya went out and announced and talked about their club Click to View. I wanted to talk to them more about Click to View because I wanted to join. But yeah, I wish I could talk to them more about it. But I will join. I did mention to Garrett. And then yeah, and then Matt was there. I wish I had more time to talk to Matt. Jacob and Justin T and Jacob's girlfriend showed up in the same row as the Cannes team. The Cannes team and the Click to View team. And then in front of us is Cheyenne and Joshua De Silva, and of course the professor knows Cheyenne and Joshua De Silva as well. During break, I went up to the professor and I actually talked to him about the whole Koreeda thing. It's the first time I've talked to him, and he was talking to a bunch of other people about his experience interviewing a guy named Shinoda who worked for Ozu, and how one time Ozu organized a screening and Shinoda was in the back of the room sleeping, and then Ozu at the end was like, Shinoda, what did you think of the film? And Shinoda's like, I don't know. And Ozu's like, okay, come with me, let's go drinking. So they went drinking and eating tofu all night long, and they didn't even talk about the film. That's really interesting. But yeah, I would love to get close to this professor. And then the professor, I mentioned the whole Koreeda thing, and I thought the Koreeda thing was actually a screening of Hamaguchi Ryusuke's Evil Does Not Exist. And then he's like, oh no, it's actually Kurosawa Kiroshi's Cloud. And then I mentioned, oh, I actually saw Cloud last year at the Aero Theater with Chime. And then the professor asked me if I liked Cloud, and I said I liked it. And then another guy was talking about Cure and Pulse. And then the professor was like, yeah, Cure is like a masterpiece. So yeah, that was cool. Yeah. And then finally, Beyond Fest, the film festival, has announced its lineup, and yeah, it is really stacked, and tomorrow I have to wake up early to steal tickets, even though chances are very low. But last year I was able to steal tickets. This year, I hope I can steal one. Apparently Tiger tried to steal, Emma tried to steal, and neither of them got any tickets. I just got lucky last year, I guess, with Cloud and Chime. Getting the Cloud and Chime tickets was crazy. The issue is there are about 10 screenings that I want to go, but out of the 10 screenings, only 2 of them are actually feasible because all the other screenings either clash with a class or a film set. So, not sure. Not sure at all. Honestly, I might drop the special effects class, mainly because having a 7 to 10 p.m. class on Monday really puts a wrench in my plan, and it's also just just a lot. But yeah. And that's pretty much it. So tomorrow I have to wake up early to steal tickets, snack tickets. I have a Zoom meeting with this woman about internships, so I'm on the grind. And then I have 2 classes back to back, and that's it. Also, apparently yesterday, I thought the whole art team showed up for Starman PD. Only the PD, Jordan, and Kira, the art director, showed up. Which is most of the art team anyways. The other person is Sydney, so I'm glad I'm not, the only one who hasn't done anything. So yeah. And I told Jiren about Beyond Fest, and Jiren was like, "Oh, fire! Let me tell my friends, Owen and Chris." So yeah, I don't know. I'm still feeling ambivalent about whether I can get close to Jiren or not. I think okay, if there's one thing I like, it would be that I have a target now. But I think after watching Audition today, I have more thoughts on what to do with Jiren. It's like I'm so hell bent on getting close to Jiren and like feeling like Jiren has something special for me. But I watch Audition and the killer girl says things like, "Oh, I've longed for a phone call with you," and "Oh, I think we have a lot alike. You know, we have a lot of common ground." And Jiren uses the same tactics. And even though part of me thinks Jiren is genuine, I think when Jiren speaks to me, when Jiren says things to me like, "Yeah, I'd love to see you," and also, "You're one of the few people I really like speak personally with," I feel like they're kind of true, but I feel like Jiren's also doing this to like maybe 5 other guys, or 10 other guys, or 15 other guys. I don't know. I can probably just on my hands, and girls as well, of course, but just on my hands, I can name at least 10 other people, which Jiren's probably like doing the same thing to. Maybe more. Owen and Chris, Colin with a double L, Octavian. So all these men are white, all white boys. Um, and then Darren the Singaporean, Jiayang, Sundiata the black girl. Maybe Maisie, I don't know. Maybe Katie, I also don't know. Yeah, and you can also see a pattern. Like all the people that Jiren tries to get close with are really accomplished people. Darren the Singaporean did a big film last year. Jiayang obviously popular. So I don't know. Jiren's trying, like it's almost all strategic. There's like a genuine sociopathic element to Jiren and the way she socializes with people and the way she can make everyone around her open up to her. It's almost like strategic, Yeah, I like her, but she's genuinely horrifying, genuinely horrifying. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm surprised that even with acne on my face, I was able to socialize this much today. I feel like I socialized a lot, but yeah, gonna try even harder tomorrow, and yeah, maybe talk to Irving, the writing professor, about my script ideas. Again, heads held high. So work on the self first, and then you know, connections, along with jobs and internships. That's number one, and then number two, projects. I feel like joining Click2View gives me a way to do a project, like make a little film before the year ends that really proves myself. Of course, there's also my Smooth Operator cooking, but yeah, I need a couple more films to really convince the USC people to really believe in me to make the Empire. So so yeah, yeah, that's it. Okay, time now is 9:46 a.m. on September 11th. Yeah, I slept from 4 a.m. Not looking great. No, not 4 a.m. Earlier than that, 3:45. 3:45 to 9:45. Yeah, so literally just woke up like 2 minutes ago. No, 4 a.m. to 9:45. And yeah, I spoke with Jayan a little bit last night because Jayan watched Weapons with her friends Sundiata, and she loved it. And I thought the movie was just okay. I realized that Jayan sets her bar pretty low when it comes to watching movies. But yeah, we talked, and then Jayan casually mentioned that she got the job for directing another short film, Eulogy, which she had to pitch and compete with a few others. Um, it's so fun crazy. Jayan is like a monster. She gets whatever she wants. She wants the job, she gets it. She wants an internship, she gets it. She wants the directing job, she gets it. I don't know, but there's something magical about the way she talks, the way she advertises herself is like so I gotta know the secret, man. I gotta know her secret. Um but yeah, I'm waking up early today because I need to buy tickets for Beyond Fest. Um yeah. Um Gotta get ready for that. I'm not sure if I'm able to get anything. Last year I got lucky and I got 2 tickets. I hope I do get tickets this year. But yeah, and then the rest of today is gonna be a lot, you know. There's the motion picture script analysis class, and then there's the PD class. I can't believe that I have to eat dinner outside again. I'm broke as fuck. Sandrine finally responded to my WhatsApp text, and yeah, there's no job opportunities for film festivals or whatever. I'm out of ideas. I don't think I'm getting a job this semester for real. Um, and then, yeah, and then hopefully I get a well paid job next semester. Like, not just like ALI, you know, like where I work 4 hours a week, you know. More like the post production job, 15 hours a week. Oh my god, Giant's so fucking lucky. Yeah. Or I should just start working illegally. I remember tweeting about how I'm gonna start selling drugs or whatever. Yeah. That's basically it. Um, yeah. Heads held high. Heads held high. I can't wait for tomorrow. I believe I don't have anything lined up for tomorrow. I believe I don't have anything to do tomorrow. So, yeah, I'll probably be helping Jordan with PD stuff, but, tomorrow I have to go to the gym at, Ralph's. Yeah. But yeah, slowly but surely. Slow and steady. I'm gonna fix myself, find jobs and internships, and then make connections, and then projects. Slowly but surely. Yeah, this acne is really like annoying. Okay. Oof, it's 9:58. Come on. Magic touch. Do I have the magic touch? Do I queue up somewhere? Okay. Hmm. come on. Come on. Oh, I'm so nervous. I hope I get the tickets. Come on. I'm not in the queue yet. Shouldn't there be a queue or something? Okay, come on. It's 10. There we go. Come on. There we go. Oh, line 1. Oh shit. Come on. Come on, I'm in the waiting room. Please. Please go. Move. 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 12. Okay, come on. Come on. 11. Shit. Why? Why is the dude not moving? Okay, I guess I'll have to wait then. Okay. Shoot. Okay, great. Holy shit, 587? What does that even mean? Oh my god. How? Why? Oh, does it refresh it? 8. Okay, this is 8. How? What the fuck? 7. Okay. That's crazy. Why is the number increasing? It shouldn't increase. Really shouldn't increase like that. Come on. 2. I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm gonna handle this later. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Come on. Okay, please tell me there's still seats. It's been 2 minutes. It's been 2 minutes. There we go. 0, 0, 0. Come on. -1. That's not possible. How is that possible? Oh my god, is the website crashing? -2? How? Oh my god, hold on. Okay, it's 10:07. We're at 573. I think I'm screwed. I think this is it. I think this is it. I have no idea how do I get in. I don't know, maybe I fucked up by trying to refresh. Maybe I fucked up. I don't know. But yeah, I can't get in. I fucking can't get in. It's not like last year. Last year it immediately refreshed and I immediately got in, but yeah. So yeah, chances are slim. RIP. Fuck. Fuck. Okay. 13. Yo! Why is it not loading? Holy shit. Come on. Yo! Fuck, I'm so mad about no other choice. Really? Seriously? Oh my god. Okay. That's great. Come on. Come on. There we go. God damn it. Oh my god. Oh, you shoot. Fuck. I almost got it. Oh my. Looking at all the other films, they're probably sold out as well. Ooh, this is not sold out, but I don't think I can go. Oh, shit. No other choice. God damn it. Oh my god. All of these are probably gone, by the way. Also, I hate how the website works. Like, I have to click through here to get here, and then... Okay, time now is 1:32 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, let's talk about today. Oh my god. I have so much to say, so buckle your seatbelts, I guess. I don't know what, but I guess a lot happened today, and I also just have a lot of thoughts in general, and also it's kind of late, so I want to speak faster. But I guess we'll start off with the first item of the day, and that is snagging tickets for Beyond Fest. I've done my fair share of snagging tickets. Last year I was like, oh, I got lucky. Last year I felt like I got lucky because I was able to get Cloud and Chime in the fall in 4K. And this year I think I'm okay. So it didn't go as smoothly as last year. I opened multiple tabs. I actually, like last night before bed, I actually watched I went to my Losers Collective, my vlog channel, and I rewatched the video of me buying the tickets from Beyond Fest just to refresh myself what exactly went down, And so I tried to do the same thing. I just opened multiple tabs. But for some reason, it's tougher this year. Like, I have to go to the Beyond Fest website and search and then click instead, which is very, inconvenient. I had multiple tabs open and I kept refreshing. And in my head, I don't know why I thought I would be put in a queue at 9:59. But at 9:59, that didn't happen yet. And then at 10, it finally happened. And I was in the queue, and I was at number 1. And that's crazy. I was like, oh my god, am I the first ever? And then I start dropping to like 12, 13, and I'm like, that makes more sense. And then I kept going and going. I waited until the 12, 13 went down to 1. And then it got into negative. It went to -1, -2, -3. And I was like, what the fuck? So I tried to open a new tab, and then it booted me to 500s. I was in the 500s. And I'm like, fuck, great. And I don't know why last year I feel like I bypassed the whole queuing process. Kinda. Because I just refreshed a bunch and I already got in, like, within like a couple minutes. Today I couldn't get into the website until 10 a.m. ish. And by the time I got in, no other choice is already gone. I wasn't terribly surprised because I know it would be popular. But it's still a big shame that I couldn't see it. But Resurrection and Shelby Oaks were both open, and I immediately got them. And the moment I got them, Justin T DM'd me and was like, what did you get? And Justin T said he also got Resurrection and Shelby Oaks. So that's hilarious. And he also got, it was just an accident, but I saw that already in Cannes, so I'm good. Even though that means Justin T will be able to see Jafar Panahi, but I don't, but that's okay. I'll see him one day. Yeah, wow. So, I got those 2 tickets, and I'm like, you know what, I'm good. Because late September is already packed with screenings for me. And no other choice, I guess I can wait until it screens at a later day. I checked, apparently it opens on Christmas in LA, so that's good. That's before the year ends. And before Christmas, there's hopefully probably like Q&As with Park Chan-wook in person. If not, that's okay. But yeah. So I guess the next thing is the Zoom meeting with the internship person. And it's a bit tricky because last night I actually emailed the woman, saying, hey, can I be late 5 to 10 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes? And then today, she emailed saying, oh, I will be late 15 minutes. So I'm like, great. And at 10:15, I still haven't brushed my teeth. I was in my pajamas and I was ready to get back on my bed and just enter the Zoom meeting on my phone. And then I waited and waited and waited. Nothing. And then at that point I realized, wait a second. It's not a Zoom meeting. That woman thought we were meeting in person. Holy fuck. And then I looked at the invitation email and it says our meeting location is SCA room 232. My brother in Christ, I'm in my pajamas right now. So I was like, I'm sorry, can we change to Zoom? And then a while later she told me, I'm sorry, let's reschedule it. Click the link under my name. And I tapped onto the link and it shows that her entire September is gone. Her entire October is gone. Her entire November is gone. I can't fucking see her until 3 months later. 4. So that's really stupid. Then how the hell did she manage to make time for me this morning in the first place? Anyways, so basically I can't see her at all. I asked her if we're able to reschedule it, if there's possible time, and she's like, no. So that's fucked, and I felt bad. So the morning started off kind of bad, even though I got some fun movie tickets. At the end of the day, like in the morning, not at the end of the day, in the beginning of the day, didn't feel so good. I don't want to use the word depression, but I would say my melancholy is kind of creeping back. So I'm like, fine, and I woke up. I didn't even have time to have lunch. I usually on Thursdays, I guess, I would wake up early, have breakfast, and then lunch, and then go out. I had a cinnamon roll, and then I had to bounce. And then I went to my writing class, and I sat on the right side of the Norris Theater this time because I thought Ethan Kwan would be on the right side, and I want to sit with someone. I don't want to be alone. And that was also when I found out that Reese is also in this class. It must be really awkward knowing that they screened Back to the Future last week. But yeah, I sat alone completely today. And I saw Jacob on the other side. And I'm like, damn, now I wish I'm on the other side. Talked to Jacob a little bit during the break. Apparently Jacob also bought some tickets for Beyond Fest. Also Resurrection. Also Shelby Oaks. Not Shelby Oaks? I don't know. But yeah, that's going to be fun. So there's that. Talk with Ethan Kwan a little bit. And then that's it. So again, I feel like with every opportunity given to me to speak to someone, I need to cherish that opportunity, because every time I'm able to talk to someone in SCA, it's like 5 minutes and per week. So if I don't talk to that someone in that week, it's over. I have to wait for the next week, and I only have 16 weeks. And that is, of course, unless I run into them on the streets, or like we meet each other in a club meeting or whatever, then we're able to talk more. But the truth is, I have a very small window to talk to people. And every time I talk to someone, I need to capitalize on it as much as I can. But yeah, so I left, the class is over, and I stayed behind at the Norris Theater, and I watched a bunch of people I know just pass by me. Because I wanted to like walk out with Jacob, at least have someone, right? Jacob's not here, probably already gone. And then I saw Sejira. And I was like, hey, and Sejira like put down her laptop on the table and started typing an email and stuff. And I just walked up to her and I was like, you know what? Fine, I'll talk to Sejira. So I spoke with her and I was just like, why did you drop the PD class? And she's like, yeah, you know, it's just the timing. No, she couldn't add anyways. And then she I mentioned to her I want to write for 480. And she's like, that's good, just write as long as the concept is good. As long as the script is solid, then, it should be fine. Of course, that's a very diplomatic answer. I feel like, truth be told, honestly, truth be told, because I'm in CAMS, I automatically have a disadvantage. I don't know if it's anonymous. If it is, I think I have a better advantage. But I feel like the professors will still somehow know that a CAM student submitted this, and I'm going to be at a disadvantage. So, but Sijira said some pretty useful information to me. She basically told me that, she had read a lot of 480 scripts, or like at least quite a few, because her boyfriend, Josh O, is in screenwriting, and he's also like a hardcore player, I guess. And Josh O is also planning to submit scripts for this semester or next semester's 480, and apparently he already conceived the idea in June, and he already wrote multiple drafts. So I'm kind of falling behind. But yeah, the idea is to make the film feasible and producible, but also it needs to be challenging, somewhat challenging, because it needs to, have some kind of challenge for the crew so that it's, educational. So that's pretty useful, because I don't want to play it safe. So now I know I don't really need to play it safe. I mean, I'm gonna go crazy anyways, but yeah. But yeah. And it was a little awkward. I stood there for a few seconds of dead air. But again, like, I try to remove myself out of the situation. I try to look at the scenario in third-person perspective. Here's a guy, Enoch. He's in CAMS, and he likes crewing on things. He meets a film production student, a senior, in a 480 right now, ADing a 480 film, page 142 of my diary. And he just wants to ask him questions. That's totally fine. Okay, and then after that, I had to get lunch, because I was really hungry. It's 5 p.m., lunchtime. And I didn't really know what to eat at that point. I don't really know what to eat at all. In fact, I already bought food like twice this week already, I think. Yeah, Tuesday I bought food. On Sunday I did buy food. I wouldn't consider it this week, but yeah. But I'm like, fuck it. So I went to Dulce, and I lined up, and surprise, Austin, the Hong Konger guy whom I met last Tuesday, showed up and talked to me. We talked a little bit. He asked me what kind of films I like making. And he's new to this. I'm a senior, so I just told him I like horror films and period films. And he's like, period? Like Chinese propaganda? And I'm like, yeah, I love period films, but no. I'm making period films my own way. So apparently he's there because he's about to be interviewed for HKSA, for like public outreach or whatever, which I thought was kind of funny, because I've never tried to enter HKSA. I just thought it's kind of futile at this point. But yeah. I was gonna stay around and see where he is, because I want to snoop, but at the end he's gone. So bought myself a breakfast burrito and a matcha, walked back to SCA, 3rd floor, and just enjoyed my meal there and read a little bit. I swear to God, I fucking forgot her name. Jasmine, right? Jasmine, the Chinese woman. I think that's her, but she didn't see me. I think I also saw Arwen, who is Jasmine's friend. Anyways, her name is Jasmine, right? Yeah, it is Jasmine. Yeah, I think I saw her, and then I also walked past Elizabeth from Cannes. She's making a phone call. I was like, hey, and she's like, hey. And then that's it. And then after the meal, I walked to Amazon pickup point to pick up some acrylic paint. And then I slowly walked over to my PD class. And I gave myself extra time. And that's good because as I was crossing the road from the USC Village towards Troy, I was listening to Quadeca's Foregone, and I'm just thinking to myself, and I wanted to tear up. I got like a little emotional. Suddenly, someone approached me and was like, Enoch, it's Tool, the Thai guy. It's like my third time running into him this semester, which is more times than I have ran into Maisie, because I saw Maisie 0 times, and I saw Jayan also 3 times. More on Jayan later. But Tool is here, and then we just chatted. We stood on the side of the road and chatted, and he asked me if I'm working on any projects lately. I asked him if he's seen any, if he has any good screenings planned, and I'm asking because of Beyond Fest, and of course he knows about Beyond Fest, and then he also got Resurrection, he got Dick Tracy, cool, and he's on his way to watch a football match, like soccer, football, soccer. But I just find it really interesting that he admires me. Like he wants to send me his script and to see if I like it. And he said he wants to work for me. And he said he has like some connections with like the Thai film industry, but only like distant connections. With like Ratchaburi Bunjachoke, who recently did A Useful Ghost. He also ran into Nawapol in an elevator in Thailand, and told him he loves his films even though he didn't love his films. Yeah, that's cool. So I went to PE class, saw Christian, which was nice. Saw Sydney. I checked my phone and I saw a text from a random phone number, and it says, "Hey Enoch, can you open the door and let me in?" And I'm like, okay. And it was like maybe 13 minutes into the class, and I left my seat and I opened the door and let Sydney in. And then I talked to Christian a lot. And even though me and Christian, there's this weird tension, I guess, with the way Christian demoted me. But for some reason, I feel like me seeing Christian now makes our friendship stronger, because we just talked a lot during the break, and I'm more transparent to him. He asked me how's the week, and Tiger asked me that yesterday as well. And I was honest. I was like, better than last week. And he's like, what happened last week? And I was like, I'm really stressed out. And he asked me stressed out about what? And I talked about visas and jobs. And he's like, oh, actually, the place I'm working for is hiring, so maybe you can try. So yeah. So I'm gonna actually apply to his job. The editing job Arjun got me probably isn't going to me, because I haven't heard anything. So it's quite desolate. So I may just end up working for Christian. Christian's a supervisor for the job, so I'm gonna try anyways. But yeah, that's great. Thank God I told Christian, but that would be really funny. And after the class today was really interesting, because the whole class today, the professor talked about the PD kit, like the kind of tape, wallpaper, contact paper, different tools, and I was just writing notes, and the whole class I was just like really into it. So that's really nice. But yeah, Christian, after class, me and Christian, we walked and talked, and we were able to talk about a lot of things, like how we feel about SCA right now. And also, Christian said Katie talked shit about CAMS people, and I was like, what? Why? Because I was talking about how it feels like I have a disability because I'm in CAMS. And Christian said he also felt like people look down on him because he's not an SCA. But yeah, yeah, we talked and talked, and he talked about how he didn't like the script to Zosha, which is the LMU film he's PDing for. I told him I'm probably not even free for it. And he said, yeah, we just talked a lot about SCA and me freaking out. We went to Target together and I bought some stuff, which is helpful. And it was just really nice to talk to him. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then, yeah, I lifted back home, and then I had dinner, showered, etc. I guess the final thing I'm going to mention is Jayun, of course. I hate to say this, but low-key I'm falling out of love with Jayun. I'm still going to try to pursue her, because I think the fact that she visited Hong Kong, and the fact that I really liked her in the last couple of weeks, is enough reason for me to continue this pursuit. But the more I think about Jayun, and the more Jayun speaks to me, the more it just seems like she's a sociopath. Because this morning, after I got the Beyond Fest tickets, I was like, oh, I should have got an extra one for Jayun. But by the time I realized that, it was like 10:40-ish. And I immediately woke up and texted Jayun, and Jayun's like, haha. And instead, Jayun said, oh, I just got a letter recommendation from Mary. And I'm like, cool, I don't know Mary who. And she's like, Mary Sweeney. And I'm like, what? Later today, I found out that Mary Sweeney is actually the department head for screenwriting, which is crazy. So I was thinking, like, Jayun has never taken a Mary Sweeney class. But no, Jayun was debating, like, Jayun was trying to convince the screenwriting program to let her switch classes so that she can spend a day at her internship. Absolutely, like, ruthless. Like, I got an internship, now I gotta switch out of class, and then she even wrote a whole beautiful fucking essay about switching into comedy writing because she needs to explore a new path. She needs to be creative. She wants to find the humor in the world. So she negotiated with freaking Mary Sweeney, and Mary's like, you know what? You seem ambitious. You're amazing. You're awesome. I root for you. So she's ruthless. Jayun is actually ruthless. Every single day, she fights so hard for the biggest thing ever. She needs the endorsements from literally every powerful person. I wouldn't be surprised if Jayun gets a hold of Robert Yeoman by the end of the semester. By next semester, she's going to get a hold of Robert Zemeckis. Next year, she's going to get an endorsement from Ryan Coogler. And Sean Baker, I don't know. And just throughout the whole day, I mean, Jayun still, like, a beautiful person, but I feel like the Jayun I saw in Hong Kong is gone. Because when I saw Jayun in Hong Kong, she is a dream. The way her hair moves in the air, the way she tells her stories, the way she laughs. But suddenly she just becomes a machine, a killing machine, the moment she returned to LA. And I still really like her, but I can't help but feel that she is just a ruthless killing machine whenever I'm here. And the way she surrounds herself with a lot of men and women, with a lot of powerful boys and girls. Let's not say men and women. Let's use boys and girls, because they're all young. The way she surrounds herself with accomplished boys and girls shows, I guess, how ruthless she is, because she's not surrounding herself with boys because she's promiscuous. Even though I wholeheartedly believe that Jayun could be a freak. Maybe Jayun's very hypersexual, given her personality. But I think she is the kind of person who values her own success over her own pleasures. And that's even crazier. She would have sex and she would party Not because it's fun, but because it's gonna gain her something. That's why she feels like a sociopath to me. Every move is calculated. I can't help but think that Jiayun talking to me a lot in, over the summer is just another way of like roping me in because she maybe finds talent in me, which flattered, but probably not so flattering now, given that I'm nowhere near. But I just can't help but feel that she is a fucking monster. And again, I don't hate her, but it's just an observation. And right now, I'm more like, of course, I want to like date her, but now I'm even more interested in just studying her. I know some of her most personal secrets. I also know some of her most surface level trivia details. And I want to know how she is constructed. Why is she acting the way she is now? Why the ruthlessness? How is she keeping herself sane? How is she still happy? I talked with Christian, and Christian kind of complained about this attitude of SCA. And, I'm on Christian's side. I loathe this kind of attitude. And, I'm slowly going back to it's okay. I'm not the most hardcore person ever, and it's okay. I will try very hard. I will be hardcore this semester. But my ultimate goal is not to destroy everyone else. I'm hardcore this semester because I want to destroy the system. So, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Yeah, a lot to say, a lot to do. I have a lot to edit. I have a drawing homework that I need to submit tomorrow, which is, but yeah. Yippee-ki-yay.